Good
Great
morning.
morning.
Good morning to you and you and you.
And you, and you, and you, and you. Welcome to the Real Life Talk Show.
This morning.
Great morning to be here.
It's great.
We're happy.
Great. We're happy to be
We're
here.
happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Are you on the Real Life Talk Show page?
I see Mama Sybil coming in there.
Are you
Good
on
Super
there?
Sunday
Super
morning. All right.
Sunday,
It's not
yay.
just a regular Sunday. It's
Yes.
a super.
It is.
No, it's a good super
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh yeah, it's
it's gonna
on
be
and
one
popping
today.
then. Hello.
Hello.
Thank y'all for being here. Make sure you tag
And share.
because sharing
It's
is
caring.
yes.
It really
Last
is.
week we was in Harmony, girl.
We were?
By accident. Yes. I was like, okay.
I have to clear my throat. So I don't know about this week.
Right. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm letting her do it by herself. Great morning to Catherine. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome,
Granny.
welcome
Good morning.
to the Real Life Talk. Go ahead, start sharing and tagging and sliding in the DMs. Let everybody know we are.
We're
here.
on. We're on.
We are
We're live. But we live, baby.
Yes, we are here, y'all. We are
live.
here.
Yeah.
We want to continue to remind you to make sure you go to the Real Life Talk Show
Yes.
Facebook page
And you too.
and YouTube. So some of you guys
we
might be
moving
trying
on
to
up.
find us on YouTube. It
That's
is
the Jeffersons,
the
right? Moving
yes,
on up.
moving on up.
We moving on up like the
to the
Jeffersons.
east side, okay? To the YouTube
To the
channel.
YouTube channel.
Okay, we
With the Deluxa.
the streaming live,
Yeah,
okay?
streaming live in
so
the sky.
subscribe.
In the
We
sky.
Streaming live.
In the sky.
In the sky.
In the cloud.
In the cloud.
We
Okay,
streaming.
make sure. Hi, Jordan. Marcy. Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, she had a birthday on Wednesday.
She did. That's my May baby.
So
happy birthday.
happy belated birthday. She's officially in Crave.
Uh-oh,
Come
Crave
on.
age.
Come on, Crave.
Crave age.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Great. All right, so y'all go to the Okay, so YouTube is the RLT Show.
Okay.
That's where you'll find us on YouTube. So some people may not have Facebook, but go to
The
the RLT
RLT
Show.
Show.
You'll find us there on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. Click the like button and all that good stuff.
And they'll be notified when we go
Yes.
live if you
will be
subscribe.
notified if
Just
you
in case you
subscribe.
forgot.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, wait a minute. And you'll get the little notification.
And you never know when we're going to go live. See, you got to
You
be
never
ready.
know.
You
You
got to
gotta be
be
ready.
careful. You got to be watchful,
You gotta be ready.
prayerful, and all of it.
All that good stuff.
You got to be ready. You can't get ready. You got to stay ready.
Stay ready.
Stay
All
ready.
right. You hit that notification, bam, press that button.
My mind just can't. When I said stay ready,
What is it?
I just thought about stay woke, but I don't know if that's a whole. That's
I
a
know,
whole
that's,
other
that's
thing.
so all over the place.
Yeah, that's-
at this
yeah.
point.
I'm-
Okay, my
I'm
son
woke
is tuning
right
in
now.
from work. Hello, son.
Hello,
Yes, he's been working on
Brian.
Sundays. Praise God.
All right.
Hello.
I was gonna say, man, don't work, you don't eat.
You're right.
So he's
right.
eating because he's
you better
working.
Eat, boy. You better get
eat.
that work. Hello, Pastor Reggie.
All right. She say, Sutter.
That's my sister.
That's your sister.
That's
I'm saying
my
that's my
sister.
sister. She my sister in the
That's
Lord.
right. That's
she my
right.
sister in the Lord.
Great
I say
morning
that. Great
to
morning.
you
Great
all.
morning.
So good to be here with you all. Okay, y'all.
Okay.
We got some good stuff going on this morning. We want to go ahead and get in. So, recently we've had some celebrity deaths. I saw that O.J. Simpson died
Yeah.
recently. And one that was kind of like a hitter to me, which was like really unexpected because, if you don't hear nobody sick or they old,
Yep.
when you hear like a younger person, you're like, wait a minute, what happened? What happened? But the singer Mandisa passed away.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for many of you that may not know who she is, a phenomenal singer.
K-Love.
Yeah.
If you listen to K-Love, you've heard
you
her
will
several
hear her
times.
all
I'm
day.
an
on
overcomer.
K-Love.
That's one of
I
her.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes. Overcomer is one of the Grammy Awards songs that she actually produced.
Yeah.
And she was on American Idol. And just a phenomenal woman of God, but she recently passed away.
Yeah.
And we want to show you a little bit of her and just a little tribute that they did for her.
She was a Grammy Award-winning gospel music singer whose career catapulted after impressing judges with her soulful American Idol audition.
Sometimes I love you.
Yes.
Placing ninth with her powerful vocals, Mandisa Lynn Hundley stood out during the 5th season of Idol.
True beauty
Her 2007 debut, True Beauty, reaching #1 on the top Christian albums chart. Her full name was Mandisa Lynn Hundley. Born near Sacramento, she grew up singing in the church choir. Over her 20-year career, she released 5 albums. Mandisa spoke openly about her love of God, performing and producing music with Christian themes like Overcomer. A song encouraging those facing adversity, featuring our own Robin Roberts. The album by the same name, winning the singer a Grammy for Best Christian Music Album in 2014. Fans collectively mourning on social media. Christian radio station K-Love posting, "Her kindness was epic, her smile electric, her voice massive, but it was no match for the size of her heart." She spoke openly about her struggles with weight loss and depression, speaking to GMA3 in 2022.
And let's be honest, that is not fun stuff to talk about. So I didn't necessarily enjoy it, but I know that I needed it.
Her representatives confirming she was found in her home deceased, with no details yet on the cause of death. Mandisa was 47 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, that was something.
47.
Yeah.
I'm 47. And I was just like, whoa. Praying for her family and just
Yeah.
a whole community of people who definitely loved her, supported her. And then talking about that and mentioning of her death and being young. Of course, death sometimes, like I said, is so unexpected with things. We want to talk today about having life insurance.
It's a necessity.
It is a necessity, and some people don't feel like, or they feel like they have time to and all that. So we got an expert here.
All right.
Okay, because I
expert.
can't talk to y'all about nothing about no life insurance other than the fact that you should have it. Okay? I want you all to give a warm welcome to somebody who's near and dear to my heart. You know, I might have the whole family on.
Right. I was going to say, she's going to tell you in a minute why she's near and dear to her.
Right. I'm going to have my whole entire family on, y'all. Someone that's near and dear to my heart. I've been knowing her all her life.
All of her life.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up
Before she knew herself.
Before she knew herself.
Brigitte knew
I
her.
knew her, okay? When she was in her mother's womb. Give it up for the beautiful Davina Lemon.
Give it up for Davina.
Davina Lemon.
All right.
The extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Great
Guru.
Welcome. Thank
guru.
you.
I know, right? Right.
Guru. The insurance guru.
I'll take that.
Yes. This is my niece, y'all. Okay, and now I got a nickname for her, but I will call her Davina. Okay,
Because was that last week?
yes,
She
was all day baby cakes.
Baby cakes. Hey, baby cakes.
Well, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. Give us a little background about who you are, what you do.
So thank you for having me. My name is Davina Shorter Lemon. I am the co-founder of Forever Secure Life Insurance Brokerage that I have with my husband. Full service life insurance brokerage. We do term, whole life, annuities. We are on a mission to cover and educate as many families with life insurance. We have this 1 million families covered campaign that we're trying to push, and I'm just so happy to be here to be able to talk about it and explain the importance of it and just push our mission.
I like that.
Yes.
She said 1 million families.
1 million
Yes.
families.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it, because I think the first thing I want to ask that most people I experienced with talking to some people is what's the importance of having life insurance?
So ultimately, life insurance is going to be going to hold you in a financial place for when you leave. People do not realize the value that they have and the impact that they have in their loved one's life. You know, especially the financial impact. Most people aren't doing life alone. So someone is dependent on you, your spouse, your children, your parents. And unfortunately with death, it hits at any time.
Yeah.
You absolutely do not know. But what you can do is prepare for it. So when that time comes, you're leaving this earth better, and your loved ones around you are in a better situation than a worse one.
Davina! We got family on. Yes. And so what's if I am 21 years old Do I need life insurance? I mean, I'm young.
I got a lot of time.
I'm healthy,
Yeah.
you know. So
I absolutely love that question because the best times to get life insurance is yesterday. You know, the younger you
Yesterday.
are,
Come on.
yes.
the least expensive it is.
Yeah.
You're healthier. You can get more coverage. The older you wait, it's usually when people realize, man, I should get it. Now I'm fighting, trying to get it for you because you now have health issues. You're years older. They found that stuff in your background that time you went to the hospital and all of these surgeries, and they're all in your business. So, being 21, like, you will have a really big policy. You can pay a low premium for it, and you will have it for the rest of your life if you get a whole life policy. So, the younger, the better.
So if I'm 21 and I get your policy now, when I'm 51, it'll still be like the same. Like I've already paid in so much into it, but I don't. It's not like now. Oh, now I'm sick. Now I got to pay extra or
No, so it depends on what type of policy you have.
Okay.
So if you have a whole life policy, that policy remains the same for the rest of your life.
Okay.
If it's $25 now, when you're 80, it's going to be $25. That's the importance of getting it early.
Yeah.
If you were to get a term policy, you know, you can renew it, and they will ensure that you, regardless of if you're sick, they're going to ensure that you can still get a policy, but it's going to change because you're older now.
With the pricing.
The price is going to change.
Yeah.
yeah. Now, what was your question about the whole?
The difference between term and whole life.
Okay, so that's a really good question. And I want to start by saying that they both are good policies. You know, it just depends on your situation and what you're using life insurance for. So term is going to be a temporary policy. A lot of people use term because you can get a lot of coverage for a small amount. Term is really good for parents. If you have kids and they're depending on your income, you know, you can get a term policy for your mortgage for 30 years, and you can, you know, have $100,000, $500,000, $1 million in coverage. Something happened, nobody misses a beat, you know, if something was to happen to you. Whole life is going to be a permanent policy. You'll have it for the rest of your life. People like to build cash value with a whole life policy. You can pull money out.
That's what
The younger you get that, the least expensive it is, and you can actually, you know, build cash value with that. So it just depends on your situation and your need for it.
Now, some people, they use this to get rich off of while they're still living. Is that what the whole life is, and pulling cash value?
Yes, yes.
And we didn't know that growing up.
Right.
You know, I believe when we were married, I think we did have a whole life policy with his job. But when he left the job, I think that insurance left with him. So what's the importance of having insurance on your job versus getting it independently?
Yes, so that is a missed mark for so many people. They think that because they have it on their job, they're good. Usually on your job, they're going to give you a term policy. And yes, when you leave, that policy is gone. So if you started that job at 20, you know, it's okay now. But now 10 years, 20 years you've left, what has happened in that time that now your policy is way more because you have some medical issues, you're older, so you need both. Job is good, but get another one on the side.
We have a question. Is there some health issues? Look, I don't have my glasses. What to say?
Is there some health issues that can cause you to not qualify for health insurance?
So that is a great question. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I got into this industry. My husband started in it first.
Shout out.
And
Hey,
shout out to
Abby.
my husband, the Wolf of Life Insurance.
Hi.
And I would hear him on the phone, like trying to have to tell a woman, like, you know, you're overweight, you know, your BMI is too high, or, you know, you have HIV and, you know, things like that. So to answer that question, we have, what sets us apart is we have multiple carriers all over the world being independent brokers. So I don't have to just put you in a box. I can find a broker that will cover you. You know, I can get a guaranteed acceptance. We cover people with HIV. We cover people that's inmates, you know, but it's going to be harder. It's going to be more money. So yes, we can get you covered, but the younger you are, the healthier you are, get coverage.
And I was saying, when we got married, we had the insurance with a job, but we also had a term policy. Well, when you're young in my mind, not knowing about insurance, I'm like, oh, we get 40 a year or 30 a year, whatever. But I wasn't even thinking, I'm going to live past 30 years, so what am I going to do then? So I think for us, it was a myth that once you end that term, that's it. But can you keep that term policy? And if you can, what's different now?
Right. So you can renew that term policy. Depending on what your age is now, they can give you another 10, 20, 30 years, or you can convert it into a whole life policy. I won't say unfortunately, but it's going to reduce the premium. So if you were getting $250,000 in coverage, that whole life policy is probably going to be maybe $30,000. Just enough to your final expenses.
That's a big dip. 250 to 30.
But so they do, and it's not a bad deal, because say you had that policy because you had kids. At that age now, maybe your kids are grown. They really don't depend on your income that much. Your house is probably paid off. So all you need is final expenses to bury you, But if you're trying to leave something for your kids,
for an inheritance,
then you need much more.
Oh, wow.
I think that's the biggest thing, too, when you're trying to sign up or you're trying to join, because you'll be like, wait, okay, how much is it? Ooh, wait a minute. But then what are the benefits for it later on? Like, okay, am I going to have enough, excuse me, because I know they always talk about, funeral expenses alone is, will be a way more. And then leaving the bills or whatever else that you have for your family to take care of. And one of the things I do love how you even started off is that we are not living life alone. So it's like when you leave, you're leaving everything, good or bad, to someone else to kind of sort through and to deal with or whatever. And so just knowing the differences and the importance of having it. So we've learned that, yes, we have to have it. The younger, the better.
The younger, the better.
What Mama Proctor say?
A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Yes.
And it's so many people. Do you guys come across a lot of people that do not have life insurance?
Yes. I think that a lot of people are misinformed about how much it costs.
Okay.
And just to have the conversation, then they'd be like, oh, I could do that, because start where you can start. You may not have a $1 million policy budget right now.
Right.
But you can get a $20,000 policy, and it's just a couple of dollars a month to make sure at least you're not a burden to your family. So a lot of people do not have it, and more conversations need to happen. We don't have enough conversations about money. We don't have enough conversations about planning. You have to plan. It does not stop when you leave. You've built something here. You're impactful to someone's life. So we have to sit down and let's talk about it and talk about what's going to happen, because the worst thing you can do is have your family fighting. And, that was supposed to be mine and all of that. So plan that out,
Yeah, money makes you do funny things.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. It's a little facetious, but I'm going to ask you. So are you telling me that GoFundMe is not an insurance policy?
I promise I was going to mention something about GoFundMe.
I see that a lot. People that didn't have insurance and their family are left to pay the expenses, so they're looking at everybody else outside of the family to pay those expenses.
How embarrassing, right?
How embarrassing! I wasn't gonna say it, but it got to be.
But to even go further, because people can think that I'll just do that. Honestly, there's about 22,000 funeral campaigns. And it's not even going to be enough. You did all of that to pay for the chicken,
Right, exactly.
And now people know they died, but they didn't have insurance. So it's embarrassing.
I promise that's the first thing people be like,
Right.
Because I know that insurance would have covered everything that they needed. Oh my goodness.
Now I have another question. So I have a big family. Pastor has a big family. So can I get insurance on someone without them knowing?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
You know, like I
Okay.
know he out there doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
and I know it's gonna come back to me, so I need to make sure they covered. But I have to have someone's consent.
Yes, it has
Okay.
to be, like, you can't just get insurance on a random person. You have to have interest in
I
that
know his
person.
social though.
Right. Like,
know
why
how to
do you
sign
need
his name.
insurance on this person? And yes, you do need his social, and a signature is required.
Okay.
Okay.
And speaking on the family, so I used to get stuff in the mail, Gerber life
Oh,
insurance
yeah.
and things like that. Is it good to insure your baby?
1,000%.
Okay.
I just did a quote on a 1-year-old. You have to be 6 months to get insurance.
Okay.
Imagine getting your 1-year-old a $75,000 policy.
My.
Whole life, because under 18 children get whole life policies for $13 a month for
Wow.
the rest of their life.
Ooh.
You know?
Wow.
So, I mean, that should be like the gift that you give. That's the push
Yes.
gift. You know?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody you know that's pregnant, like, that's the push gift. Go ahead and get it out the way.
How many
Wow.
mamas we got out there
Right.
that just had babies or
I think one of the policies we had maybe like 10,000 on the babies before we even maybe before we even had them, but it was included in the clause. But you're saying in addition to that, you should also do
Their
more.
own. Yeah, right. And you can have multiple policies, you know. In a situation that you had the term, you could have had a term and a whole life policy. So, you know, we could stack policies. The more the better. You can never have enough
Yeah.
money, you know.
Yeah.
is it family? Is it so if I have I get a policy, is there like a family plan policy or everybody has their own individual?
So they do have riders that you can add your
That's what it
kids,
was, a rider.
to your policy and grandkids.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But I love that as a gift, though.
Yeah.
You know, instead of getting them
Yeah.
a toy that they
Yeah.
gonna tear up in the next 2
Okay.
minutes, give them a policy.
Because you can pay it annually. So I can say, you
Okay.
know, for your gift, I'm paying the first year of the policy. $250 is out the way, and
Wow.
it started, you know.
And it remains
For the
though.
rest of their life.
Yeah, it remains. I
Now,
mean,
if the insurance company goes into bankruptcy, does that affect the policy?
So we're not supposed to say this, but first of all, every life insurance broker has insurance on themselves. $1 million policy for anything that goes wrong. Every insurance company also have insurance for themselves, and we have a third party for anything that will go wrong. There's a fund that goes into this big pot for anything that will go wrong. So if that's the case, it doesn't affect the consumer.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, good.
It doesn't affect the consumer.
good. We won't be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
God, I've been paying for this for 25 years, and now there ain't no
that ain't
business.
go.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some questions. Can insurance policy act as a form of a will?
So insurance policy is a beneficiary, but a will is going to, you know, dictate what happens with this money. So you need a will or, you know, a living trust, because I can give you $250,000, but you didn't pay the house off, and you know, never gonna place to live. So a will is gonna make it plain, you know, execute exactly how you wanted it to go. So there is no question.
Because that you see a lot of turmoil in families when death
Yes.
happens, especially when a living will or will is not present. So you figure, hey, or even with the beneficiaries on the policy, if the will says something different, you still have to follow the will, or should it be the same? The beneficiaries should be on the will.
The beneficiary, it should be the
Same,
same thing. And most people, you know, you need to look at this stuff annually. You know, it could have been this kid, and now,
Yeah.
Or if you
Switch
got
it over.
6 years
Or
later.
if you got divorced, your
Right.
husband,
Yeah.
you know, your ex-husband
Yep.
on the policy, you got to switch it over, and that's something we probably don't think about
Yeah.
when different times of your life happen. Like this policy, I did this policy 20 years ago,
Right.
And so you got to continue
See,
to
a good
review
broker
it.
would keep in touch. You know, hey,
Okay,
have you had
good.
any life changes?
Yeah.
Let's on your birthday, I'm gonna send you a card and say, let's talk. Did anything change? You know, do
Yeah.
we need to look at this again, get more coverage? So you have to look at both of those.
Wow.
Masada says, everyone needs life insurance. I got life insurance on my daughter because I knew if something happened to her, I wouldn't be able to work, but I still had a mortgage payment. Yeah. Yeah.
This is so good. Real talk, kingdom business. That's it.
Come on.
Yes.
That's it.
Absolutely.
All of it is needed.
All of it is needed. I mean,
Yeah.
this is like some good stuff. And again, it you know, you're clearing up the myths or whatever, and then also just the information. It seems simple.
Yes.
It seems simple. Like sometimes people dread, like, oh no, or I can't right now, or I can't, you know, whatever. All these $1 million proms we putting together
I know that's
Oh,
on the next real life
I
time.
saw a prom. Well, man, yeah, this girl
Babe.
came out of a casket.
Oh, my
But we
God.
could talk about that the next
See
time.
what
This
I'm
is prom
saying?
season,
Right,
baby.
right, right.
You paid for that or rented that casket. You could have got a life insurance
Huh.
policy. So
Do
when
you
she's
have-
in that
thank
casket, you can pay for it.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Wow.
saying. Like, we gonna pay for what we gonna pay for.
Right.
Now, something I like that you said, life insurance helps take away the, not the benefits, but help takes away the burden,
burden of
from
it.
your family. So when you get life insurance, you're really helping your family too. Because like you said, if you get enough, you could pay off the house and your family can live comfortably. So if I was to leave, my family can still live comfortably instead of, oh, we got to get out the house or we got to give away the cars or whatever because they didn't have enough money to pay it off. So life insurance it's almost like a selfish thing, but it's selfish
Selfless.
and it's selfless. Yeah.
It's your responsibility. Like, these are the people that you love the most,
Yes.
you know, and you can leave them in a better position, you know, move your family up a notch as opposed to now we got to go move in with auntie. and
Right.
Now we don't have extracurricular activities anymore because
Yeah.
we down to one income. And
Our life change,
yeah.
our lifestyle change.
I mean,
Yeah.
let it change for the better.
For the
Like,
better.
wow, you know, now we can do all of this. We can go to the best schools and, you know, it's better. Like, just do that for yourself. Leave here making things just a little better for the next person.
It is the hard conversation.
It is.
You know, but it is the necessary conversation. Terry said, I was raised to keep life insurance and a good 401k plan. Yes. It's the push gift for me. Absolutely. It is. It is.
Yes.
It is a gift.
And that's her sister talking
Yes.
on there. Dom, the BCBA mom.
Yeah. So we need, like, we talked about having a Spanish class. We gonna probably need a insurance
Yes.
class or forum or something, just to be able to educate people, because there's a lot, like you said, there's a huge amount of people who are walking around today without it, and then not knowing that it's really simple.
It's really
getting
simple.
it early.
And it's necessary.
And it's necessary. And like you said, you don't want to put your family in a bind. You don't
Yeah.
want people. Do you guys do insurance and will? Does that like come as a
Oh
package
yeah, and
deal?
you mentioned Living Trust. Does
Yeah.
all that come as a package?
So we have carriers that provides will services, but when it comes to the trust, we would recommend that you go to a state's attorney.
Okay.
You know, that's the next step of your planning. You get the life insurance, you got that part, but go to a state's planning, and they will, you know, give you the best next step based on your situation.
Okay. Everybody, can y'all give it up for my
Give
beautiful
it
niece?
up for the
Davina?
guru
Ah,
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, girl. This was absolutely great.
Great information.
Great information.
Great information.
Greatly
Yeah.
needed. And it has you thinking. So I hope we have you thinking today. How can people contact you, give your information, or they want more questions?
Yes, foreversecurelife.com, on social media, Forever Secure Life. If you need a quote, you can call or text 630-379-9220. We'll be happy to give you a quote. Look at old policies to make sure that you're getting the best deal, that, you know, maybe if you need something new, or answer any questions that you may have.
Again, you have that information right there.
Yes,
Forever
yes.
Secure Life.
Ever secure life.
Yay! Thank you,
Awesome.
Davina, so much for
Thank
being on the
you.
Real Life
So
Talk.
much.
We thank you for joining us. Make sure you keep tuning in to us. You never know when we're going to go
Every
live.
week.
Every week. So
Yep.
keep it here. Keep it locked. Make sure you subscribe and like. And we love you. Have a great
We love
week.
you. Bye-bye.